Welcome to the video about the general equation ax plus by plus c equals 0. We're going to talk about bees, yes bees, because all bees can buzz in Central America. Alright, let's start. The general equation, as you can see on the top, is ax plus by plus c equals 0. X and y represent the variables of our equation, and a, b, and c represent the coefficients, meaning the numbers that we can plug in. There's a couple of rules that we have to know. The first one is a can't be 0. So when we're looking at the first value, it can't be a 0, because then we just have by plus c equals 0, and it can't be negative. And you'll be happy to find out that neither a, b, or c can be fractions. So here's a typical equation, 3x plus 5y minus 2 equals 0. And these are the type of equations that we'll be spending a lot of time with in this unit. All right, here are 6 equations. Let's see if we can decide if they're general or not. Let's look at the first one. Look what I found here, a negative a, not general. Let's look at next one to the right. 5x minus 5 quarters, not a fraction, not general. Okay, let's keep going. 6x minus 9y equals 7. Oh, bummer. It always has to equal 0, not general. This looks promising. 7x minus 2y minus 4. Yay, general. Next one, y equals 4x minus 5. You know this is in y equals mx plus b form, not general. All right, last one. 8y minus 3x plus 6 equals 0 looks pretty good, except if you look really close, you see the minus 3x is in the wrong order, and if you put it in the wrong order, it still breaks the a can't be negative rule. So you have to know what's general or not for you to be able to use the next formulas we're going to talk about. All right, let's talk about the formulas that we can find from the general form, ax plus by plus c equals 0. I use the phrase, all bees can buzz in Central America. Technically, the in isn't part of it, but it's got to have a little bit of rhythm to it. So all bees represents the formula for slope, which is minus a over b. The y-intercept is can buzz, minus c over b. And the x-intercept is Central America, which is minus c over a. Now notice that these are all negative, and I always tell the add-on joke to this is that all the bees are killer bees, and that's why all the signs are negative. Let's put this to work for 3x plus 5y minus 2 equals 0. So let's see if we can find the slope. Well, the slope would be, that's our a, that's our b, and that's our c, so minus 3 over 5. The y-intercept would be c over b minus 2 over 5, which makes it positive 2 over 5. Now, if we need the x-intercept, we don't use it all the time, but it's great in this form that we can find it. It's minus c, which is minus 2 over a, so that gives you 2 over 3. Now, you're probably wondering, what can I do with these numbers? Well, you can take any of these two and draw the graph. All right, let's change this from slope-intercept form to general form. So remember, there's a couple rules. One, a can't be 0, a can't be a fraction, a can't be negative, and the whole thing has to equal 0. So far, so good. This is a very simple case of rearranging an equation. When you take something from one side that is positive, you subtract it, it becomes negative on the other side. So essentially, 3x minus y minus 2 equals 0. It's just that easy to put it in general form. Let's look at the question on the right. Now, if you notice, there's a subtle difference here. The x coefficient a is negative, and if you remember the rules from previous, it can't be negative. Well, there's an easy fix. How do we make it negative? We take everything to the other side, so everything becomes positive. So now our general equation is 3x plus y plus 2 equals 0. Always be on the alert for the sign of a. All right, let's look at the next question. Y equals 2/3 x minus 4. So remember, this has a y-intercept of minus 4 and a slope of 2 over 3. We want to change this to general form. But look, we found a fraction. Can't have fractions. So let's use one classic trick to get rid of the fraction is to multiply everything by 3. So multiplying everything by 3, what we do to one, we do to the other. Minus 4 times 3 means that 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we're left with 3y equals 2x minus 12. So far, so good. We've now eliminated the fraction. Now what we have to do is bring 3y over to the other side so that we get 2x minus 3y. Nothing happens to the 12. 12 stays the same, equals 0. Let's check to see if everything is correct. Is a positive and not a fraction? Yes. No fractions equals 0. Good job. All right, let's have a look at this question. Y equals minus 2/3 x minus 4/5. A y-intercept of minus 4 over 5 and a slope of minus 2 over 3. If we want to go to general form, we have a few issues. First of all, I see right away that our x coefficient is negative, and we have both terms as fractions. But let's think about this for a minute. What number could we multiply 3 by to get rid of 3? Well, 3. What number could we multiply 5 by to get rid of 5? But that won't get rid of both of them. But if we multiply both of them by 15, that will reduce each of those fractions to an integer. So let's try it. So let's do 15 times y equals minus 2/3 times 15, keep your x, minus 4/5 times 15. So everything gets multiplied by an x. All right, let's simplify. This stays at 15y. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times minus 2 is minus 10x. And 15 divided by 5 is 3, which is minus 12. Now, we want to turn this into a general equation. We've got rid of the fractions, which is great, but we still have a problem with the x value. The minus 10 coefficient can't be negative. So what we're going to do is bring everything left this time. So this will make sure the value for x is positive. So now we get 10x plus 15y plus 12 equals 0. So we've now got a great new equation, and what we're going to do is we can now use ax plus by plus c equals 0 and apply all b's can buzz in Central America if we wanted to find the slope, y-intercept, or x-intercept. All right. I know you've been dying to ask the question, can you turn a general equation back to slope-intercept form? And the answer is yes, of course you can. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it. So let's look at the first way. The first way is to go back to our all bees can buzz in Central America. Because if we think about this, we know that the slope equation, minus 4/5, is helpful in y equals mx plus b, and so is minus c over b. So minus 6 over 5 is 6 over 5. So y equals minus 4/5 x plus 6 over 5. Couldn't be easier to write the equation for y equals mx plus b. All right, here's the second way to rearrange that equation to get y equals mx plus b. This time, we're going to isolate the y. So we're going to start off with the basics and move everything to the other side. So 5y equals minus 4x plus 6. And you know what's next. Divide everything by 5. And so y equals minus 4/5 x plus 6 over 5. So how you convert from one form to the other is really up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just a personal preference. So do you prefer b's or do you prefer formula rearranging? The choice is yours. All right, you try changing from slope-intercept to general form. So go ahead, take a few seconds, change y equals 5x plus 3 and y equals minus 2x minus 4 to general form. When you're done, check your answers. Okay, let's see if you got it. So let's check the first one. The answer is 5x minus y plus 3 equals 0. And why is that? Because the x was already positive, so we had to move the y over. I hope you caught in the second question that I gave you a tricky one. The x value was negative, so you had to move everything in the other direction. So in this case, our final answer is 2x plus y plus 4 equals 0. If you got 2 for 2, great job. All right, let's carry on. Let's try to rearrange a couple of equations from slope-intercept to general form, where we throw in some fractions. So don't forget to get a common value to eliminate all the values. And don't forget to make sure you follow all the rules. No negative a values, no fractions, and the whole thing has to equal 0. So go ahead and try these and come right back for the answers. All right, hope you had a chance to work through this problem. So let's look at the first one. Well, we only have one fraction, so that makes life pretty easy. We're going to multiply everything through by 3. So we'll get 3y equals minus 1/3 times our 3 times our x plus 4 times 3. Don't forget to do everything by 3. And now let's simplify. 3y equals minus 1x plus 12. Now, do we move everything left or do we move it all right? Well, check out your x first. It's negative. It's got to go left. So we get 1x, or x, plus 3y minus 12 equals 0. So if you got x plus 3y minus 12 equals 0, great job. Next question is a little trickier. What did I throw in? 2 fractions. So what number can you multiply everything by to get rid of 5 and 2? Well, the lowest number is 10. You could use 20, 30, 40. It just makes your numbers harder to work with. So let's multiply everything through by 10. 10y equals 2/5 times 10 times x minus 1/2 times 10. So what we're going to do is simplify 10y All right, so now we keep going. Simplify 10y, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4x, and 10 divided by 2 is 5, so that gives you minus 5. Now let's check on the x situation. It's positive, so we'll move the 10y right. So we get 4x minus 10y minus 5 equals 0. We've just made our general equation, and Bob's your uncle. All right, let's rearrange this equation into slope-intercept form. Sorry about that. And I'm going to just rearrange the equation into y equals. So the first thing I'm going to do is check on my sign of y. So the sign of y is negative, so I can move that to the other side to make it positive. So 7y equals 5x plus 12. Remember, it has to be just y equals. So I'm going to divide everything by 7. Not very nice numbers to work with, unfortunately. But we get a slope of 5 over 7x plus 12 over 7. So you've now converted general equation to slope-intercept form. Good job. All right, let's do the same problem again, but this time let's use all b's can buts. So minus a over b is our slope. That would be minus 5 over minus 7, which is 5 over 7. Ah, I see where we have that. And can buzz, well, minus 12 over minus 7. 2 negatives make a positive. 12 over 7. Ah, there's our b. So, if you were able to see, you can get it either way. Great job. Higher level ability is definitely being able to do it in at least both forms. Great. All right. Let's look at ax plus by plus c equals 0 one last time. Probably wondering, can you rearrange the general form to get slope-intercept form? Of course you can. So let's do it. So first of all, we isolate the by. So by equals minus ax minus c. Notice where those negatives are coming from, and divide everything through by b. So anyone see slope form? Minus a over b, all b's. Anyone notice y-intercept form? Can buzz. The last piece of the puzzle is, how do you use this form to find the x-intercept? Well, if I say x-intercept, you say exactly, y equals 0. So what's going to happen if we make y 0? We're left with ax plus c equals 0. Let's solve for x. X equals, bring the positive over, becomes negative, minus c over a. So all of a sudden, we've now found the slope, minus a over b, the y-intercept, minus c over b, and the x-intercept, minus c over a, from the original formula, ax plus by plus c equals 0. So now I think you know everything there is to know about slope-intercept form and general form. Well, that's the end of our video. I hope you find it helpful using All Bees Can Buzz as a mnemonic device, and I hope you now know how to convert general and slope-intercept form back and forth and back again. The bee says bye.